Welcome to the Punchline Podcast. I'm your host, Lawrence Seretse. Today's episode is one of the most emotional conversations I've had in this platform. It's about pain, loss, survival, and the courage to stand tall despite it all. In June, at Father-Son Boot Camp, which we call the Men's Conference, the first ever in Botswana, where we gathered to talk about gender-based violence and men's issues, a young man stood up and left the room in tears. His story moved every man there to tears, and we were left to talk about it after the dust has settled. That young man was Jacob Tshabala. Jacob is not only a Mr Botswana 2025 finalist, he is also a survivor of gender-based violence, a tragedy that left him an orphan in 2012. This is his story. And Jacob, I thank you for having the courage to relive it with us today. Welcome to the Punchline Podcast.
Thanks for having me.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
You are doing good?
Yeah.
Let's start. How was your day today? Let me shake this thing up a little bit.
I think my day was okay because I just came from work right now. So it was a great day indeed.
Oh, I hear you got a new job?
Yes, but not yet permanent.
Okay. Okay. That's great. That's great. So let's go to it because we'll get to the job part about it. Jacob, before we go into the difficult part of your story, I would like listeners to know who you are. Where are you from and how old are you now?
Okay, like it has been said, my name is Jacob Tshabala. I come from Abojang. I'm 25 years old, and I'm a Mr Botswana top 15 finalist representing Abojang village.
Oh, wow. Yeah. That's fantastic. Do you have siblings?
Yes, I have two older sisters.
Okay. How old?
I'm not sure about the age.
They are damn sure going to kill you.
Yeah.
Pan, what kind of family did you grow up in, really?
Should I say I grew up in an extended family.
Okay.
Before we moved to Abojang, we used to stay in Lobatse. So I was raised by my grandmother. After we moved to Abojang, I was raised by my grandmother since my mother was always away working. With my two older siblings.
Okay. But they are sisters or brothers?
They are sisters.
They are sisters. Let's talk about your mom. To remember your mom, because I think really the core of the discussion is going to be around that. Who was she?
My mother was, she was not educated. She didn't go as far as I am right now with school. She used to work as a house helper. One thing that I remember about her, even though she wasn't making that much of an income, but she always made sure that we have it all. We felt rich with the little that she earned. She was, should I say, a very good example of what a mother should be.
You felt rich in love.
I felt rich.
So what kind of a woman was she at home and in the community as far as you can remember?
Well, at home I should say she was very strict. To be honest, I was afraid of my mom.
Okay.
Because she was someone who always wanted things to be straight to the point. And I really know so that's why I was scared of her. And then in the community, I don't know what I could say because she was somehow anti-social. If she's not at work, then she's at home. That was the kind of woman she was.
Do you know what year she was born? And
not sure about the year she was born or her age or anything.
Okay. Now, Jacob, I know this is painful, but can we go back to that day in 2012? You said you were 12 years old, right?
Yes.
Can you just tell me the story? What happened when it happened?
In 2012, I was doing standard 5.
Okay.
Like I said, my mom was always away working, and she was renting somewhere with her boyfriend. Or should I say, before she moved out, I guess she stayed with us. Then she moved out to be with her boyfriend. We only saw her once or twice in a week.
Was that your father?
No, that's not
It
my
was
father.
just her boyfriend.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my mom was a huge fan of soccer. She loved Orlando Pirates. She preferred to watch the game live on stadium instead of the television. So it happened that she had to leave to South Africa for a game, but she never told the boyfriend about it. So she came home, her cell phones with us, deal on, and then she left. We later learned she went for a game. So the boyfriend started looking for her everywhere. He came to us, he asked, we didn't answer because we didn't have any clue. He later on went to...
You were kids also at the time. Yes.
He went to Lobatse to ask about her whereabouts. Nobody knew anything. She went to other relatives as well to ask. No one knew anything. And then after a week, my mom came back and then she went straight to him instead of coming to us to pick up the cell phones and stuff she left with us. Upon her arrival, the guy strangled her with a rope and then to kill her. And then he spent almost a week sleeping with a corpse in the house. And then after a week, I think and then he committed suicide. He hanged himself inside the same room. Never
Jeez.
They spent yet another week. The guy adds a week at Lokafez. Then my mom would have 2 weeks at Lokafez. So the landlord with the flies on the windows to open the house. And then that's when we learned that my mom is no more.
Jesus. Okay. And then you learned that. How did you learn that? Were you there, or were you still at your grandmother's? Were you told? How did you get to learn that?
By the time they broke the news to me, I was at Ramotsa. Because near had to be with my cousin. So that day I think I was hallucinating. Because I saw my mom. It sounds crazy, but I saw her. We were at the filling station, and then I saw a car, it's a fuel. There was a man and a lady, and the lady was my mom. So I poked my cousin, Mama, and he was like, nah, I don't see anything. And then I told them, I just saw my mom. And then they were like, I was like, why? Because you call January. Why? So I get so your mom is no more. I was like, which one? Because they were like, your biological mom is no more. And that's how I had to learn that I'm now an orphan.
Where were your siblings at the time?
With her father, because we have different fathers. Her father and the stepmom. And then so she was there.
So what happens now at home after you learn of all of this with with the elders, and what do they say to you? What actually now happens?
I've never received any form of counseling. The only word that was said to me was that your mom's death doesn't mean you are alone, right there. And then that's all. Then the procedures started happening whereby I get registered as an orphan, where now I have to be helped. That's the only word I received, or you are not alone.
Let me track back a little bit. This man, your mother's boyfriend, did you know him? How close were you?
I could say the relationship was new, such that I was only introduced to him Rahabana Morenking. And then my mom was like, come and see my last born son. And that's how the introduction went. We've never sat down to talk or anything. I don't know him that much. And then that was the second time came one, and that was the last.
Yeah, because I was asking that because I was just trying to understand if you've ever had an interaction with him and whether there were signs. But shame, and you are still young also even to be able to register such things for a young child. Jacob, this is a memory no child should ever carry. Tell me, how are you today emotionally, mentally, and spiritually? How are you navigating life after this tragedy?
This thing happened in 2012. From 2012 until the end of the year, I thought I was okay, I thought I was strong because I didn't understand much. What does it mean to lose a parent? Because I thought, okay, but so the beginning of 2023, that's when because
that's like almost 10 years later.
Yeah.
And you've been carrying this with you all along. Yes.
Form 1 because my sisters, after that, they left. I don't know what they were thinking about me. So she was, I don't want to use negative ways, but she was some kind of abusive, physically and and she never gave me buga. So that's when hell began for me.
That's before that. That's your grandmother, your mother's mother.
No. Something I forgot to mention. My grandmother passed on a year later.
Okay.
Because and then after that she passed away. And then she became abusive. Then my uncle
What kind of abusive do you mean? Maybe just let me on it. Let me understand what you were feeling and what was happening.
She would give me a task. Of course, that's okay. But if okay, can I homework? Can I push it first? Then she would use a vulgar word. She used them on me. And if I show to have a problem with that, I'm beat. So
how did your uncle then come to know for him to intervene in this?
My marks started declining because brilliant but then it changed when E. And then After that, I asked my aunt, my uncle's wife, gore a go ntsela report go school, and then that's when she told my uncle that I'm failing go school. After that, my uncle about pizza, then he asked me what's going on, and then I told him about the situation at home, that I don't have time for books, and my mom is being, I called her mom, she's being abusive. When I have to go home after school, I have to think twice. Sometimes I feel like just staying at school, just like I have been. And that's when he said, on Monday, ke go batla ha with all your bags and stuff. That's when ke hudugela kwa gagwe.
So before we get to understanding the relationship of your parents and your uncle, now that you are older and you have had maybe an opportunity to put certain things into context, your memorolo was your mother's sister.
Yes.
Do you think ka Setswana go itote bo rakgadi bo ba na le go nna le pelo tse di lehuga? Do you think that is the case, or what do you think could have been the cause ya gore, knowing the situation that you were in, abatla lene aba go khobera jalo? What do you think could have been the cause?
Setswana se se reng bo rakgadi ba na le go nna le bo memogolo ba na le go nna le dipelo tse di maswe over bana ba bo their siblings. Now, it only happens from your father's side. I think it's because until your protector is gone. Maybe she always wanted to do this, but as no chance, I born. Because she doesn't have a kid. So the experience ya gonna motsadi ke yone neng e shorta, so gongwe na sa itse gore gonna motsadi tshwanetse ra ire jang. She could only think of violence. I think I could say that, because she never had a chance of being a mother.
And the lack of gentleness.
Yeah.
So in this hierarchy of relationship, where does your uncle fit in? Is he your mother's sibling, or?
He's my mother's older brother.
Yeah, because I'm trying to understand, or in his intervention, how close is he for him to be able to have a conversation with your memorolo gore kana se mo kise ga o tse ngwana sentle jana? Do you think they had that discussion or conversation, or they just thought just to remove you from that?
The thing is, my family is divided, I would say, in 3 parts. Ile bana ba motho, but they don't get along. So my uncle le memogolo, they don't get along. They just speak when they meet. But then you could notice that these people have sort of outgrown. So
Just
so
be with me. Yeah.
So they don't get along. So I think him moving me from that thing was to save me, and also I would say that.
So do you think, as you sit now, of course, maybe it must have probably been the best decision for you. Do you think so?
Yes, because looking at where I am right now with my academics, the session I'm putting on right now, I would say because kinega failure my form 5 nega sa itse form 5 wa boelelo ke bone ka second bona ga malome a re write gantsi, and I was like, okay, so ha motho a fitse o kwala gape, so go la gore hanne ke santse ke nna go jareteng ka be ke sa kgona go boela mo sekolong. And all this, they keep on pushing me mo dilong tse dingwe tse ke di dirang. So I think the search I'm having right now ke impact ga malome.
Oh, that's powerful. So now that you are here and you are older,
She's still alive.
What conversations are you having, if at all you are, and whatnot? I mean, almost all our families in Botswana have the issue, or are you having a conversation, an honest conversation, or is it an issue where, you know what, closed doors remain closed doors? What's happening?
What I'm going to say about her right now, it's totally different of how I explained her.
Okay.
Because she, ever since kids, she changed.
Okay.
You never believe. From 5, she's the one who paid for my tuition fees.
Oh.
I don't know who changes to again. Because even she keeps on calling. About send her money if I need any. If I need some. She's a changed person right now. I don't know what
happened?
That's what I'm wondering.
Have you had that conversation?
About the abusive part?
Does she know what you just told us now about how she used to treat you?
I've never had a conversation with her.
So she will hear it for the first time here? Okay.
If she has access to, because
okay.
Because she's not modern, she doesn't have access to social media, but I'll make sure she gets access. But
then with this paradigm shift and all in all, now what does it mean to you? I mean, the aftermath of all these and maybe what you are explaining could seem like a path towards healing for members of the family, towards whatever had prevailed. What does it mean to you personally?
I think everyone deserves a second chance, right? So I don't want to hold her onto what she did. So I'm thinking of giving her that chance of being a parent she was supposed to be. So I don't want to punish her if I have the question sent. So I will give her a chance. But it's kind of impossible because right now I'm an independent man. I have to go out there and explore. So if she needs a second chance, she may have it. Because healing, forgiveness is part of healing. Not only breaking out the story, but forgiveness is also part of healing. So
the complexities of families and siblings are always very difficult to navigate, especially when there are so many personalities and so many issues intertwined and involved. Sometimes some individuals heal, but the whole cohort had not, and sometimes it holds back progress from everyone. That's why sometimes we always find a lot of families still fragmented, despite generation after generation, despite how some are really willing to forgive and forget. I often say that if an opportunity is there, it's always best to seize it, because family will always remain family. Speaking about forgiveness, let's go back to a situation that puts you here, where now you grow up an orphan, you end up being subjected in an environment like this. This man who took your life's mother, what is your current state of mind now with these issues? When you think about it now, since you are older and you are reconciling with new understanding of what the world is for what it is, what goes on in your mind? What do you think when you think about him? Are you thinking forgiveness? Are you thinking anger? Or are you wondering what's...
growing up, I had this mindset. You see, if that man Anasa Tshalwa, I was going to avenge my mother. And I was going to do it myself. And if Banibami is a trongung, I was going to find a way. I was young by then.
It's pain.
Yeah.
Trauma.
Yeah.
Yes.
But then, right now, thing. Because I want to know what really prompted him to kill my mom. So, you never know, maybe the guy was reacting to something. We always blame the woman will be dead. I saw how the whole situation. So I want to understand what was the root cause. So I've made peace with it. Since I don't know much about what led to this to happen, I think forgiveness is the only way to heal, like I said. So I give but I would say I forgive him, even though he robbed me, my queen.
Which definitely means that you've never come into interaction with his family, right? Because
yeah.
you didn't have that relationship where you could trace or track and all the likes. And most probably how to even reach out and all the likes.
Yeah.
It does happen. Do you have children of your own right now?
No, I don't have.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Tell me, what do you dream about, Jacob, when you are sleeping at night?
And like what the future holds for me.
No, when you are growing up and living through all of these things, did it give you nightmares? What replays in your head? And if that was the case, how were you coping with it?
To be honest, the pain started reflecting when I the difficulties of living without a mother. So sometimes such that up to a point where I didn't know the taste of alcohol growing up, but now I do.
Okay, we all did it.
To relieve myself from the pain, I'll drink alcohol, and then if someone like you can narrate the story to whoever or get a because let's say I need something, maybe go school something saying or my family they are unable to help, like financially. If mama na anything with the little that she had, so what thing so you never believe the headphones. I listen to music for the whole night.
Oh, me too. Why?
Because I'll be overthinking. So music will what's until I get anything I don't headset do like I says. That's how I sleep ever since.
Damn. I know what you mean exactly. But all of these things, how have they shaped how you look at love, family, and relationships now that we are here?
I used to say to myself, if I was a lady, relationship in it. But then we all deserve a chance to love and to be loved. So there is this thing to plan for the future, because whenever we reach planning my way forward, we go destroy the planet for the future. So I came to an understanding that family how ego nothing, how long one thing, but then how number good thing they won't be there because I would say but I'm facing this alone. So
but when you say alone, it makes me remember about your siblings that you spoke about. Where are they emotionally in terms of this, and all along when you were experiencing this, where were they?
My sisters and I, we don't have that tight relationship. but they're more in both of them. But Kore, it has gotten to a point whereby no one knows or Mangwana guy.
What?
So I've always tried to reach out to them. I guess in school or this is the kind of support I need. I get like madi. School.
How are you? Yeah.
So
Emotional support.
But then and then man. So I was wondering if they are going through what I'm going through right now. But I think Baba but then now because I think I need them.
Sometimes Ghana pain morphs into anger, and anger sometimes morphs into resentment, and it breeds isolation. Sometimes people just don't want to be bothered. They don't want to bother other people. They just want to keep their pain and how they feel to themselves, and not want to interact with people or circumstances that will make them relive whatever that pain or that anger. And they completely withdraw. Sometimes you find that people have withdrawn from society or from family or even from relationships because the mechanisms to help us cope with that, half of the time is either they are lacking or inadequate. And it's such a pity for us in the society to find that we don't have enough trauma centers. We are culturally or generally a society that has never really totally psychological counseling and engaging with people heart to heart. Hence we met at the men's conference, and we were having heart to heart conversations as men to say, where do we vent and when we are bottled up with emotions, with anger, with guilt, with pain, with resentment, and all those kind of things that are happening. Would you say that in your experience, could there have been such type of interventions towards yourself and your siblings? There could have been a better outcome?
I think if we all received counseling by then, things could be better right now in terms of our relationship. Because like you are saying, maybe they are withdrawing from me because of the pain. It's all bad. I never received counseling by then. Okay, relationship are not tied. Now it could have helped me the pain. Again alone right now, or again alone. Counseling, that's the only intervention that I think it could have worked for us.
If you had to say something to your siblings right now, what would you say?
They need to remember that I am their younger brother. I need them. The same as the one giving me our band. I mean, looking at how they survive, how we all survive. If we're gonna intact, how a situation because right now they don't know what I'm going through. I've never had this conversation with them because I want a chance. To my sisters, I really need you by my side. I'm going through a lot, and you're telling us all the counseling, the bone to be here.
Closure.
That would be the best thing that could help me.
If we were to give them a call right now, do you think they will answer, and what do you think they will say?
They will definitely answer, but because you are here, and because of the conversation we had with my uncle last time they reported my bad behavior, I think the negative part that I said right now, I notice a difference, like difference. Because we had a conversation with my uncle, and I'm like,
Hey, you got bad behavior. Okay, let's talk about that. What do they mean you got bad behavior? Yes.
Towards my sisters, I respond in a negative way because of pain. Because I would call and say, "Kopa 50 pula go school and they'll be like, when I'm not busy, my then I would say something negative or when I want to, and then hi and I'd like to go by the time get to so I would say something negative. Because one thing is still on people that go my uncle. She called and her daughter is sick. When I was like, that's not my daughter. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Because of pain, it's already hard.
Yeah. I was gonna ask, why would you say something like that? Yes. I mean, it's your sister. So then, since you are cautious and alive of towards your actions, and that obviously both of you throw spanners in each other in a very sensitive environment, do you think that in yourself, what is it that you could do differently? And also, what is it that you think both of you can improve to learn from the situations?
I think bone ha go batle nna ke buang le bone gore ha go batla jana le jana, because they never hear me out. If someone maybe like you aka ba approach and then aba ba bolella gore ha seemo se ntse jana because of ka le tshwarang ka teng, go ka nna le impact. Because na khonana there is a word again nangi dirisa gore I think it's a negative saying, or the only thing that I need is to get myself a permanent, stable job. Then that's when I would feel like I'm okay. But then I think a conversation, because now I'm ready to give it a shot. Relationship.
So right now, what do you feel? You feel alone? You feel like...
Yeah, I feel like I'm all alone in this world. That's why I never reach out, go like being hanging out. I just solve my problems alone. And when someone I'm going to, so I just get So I've learned how to live and survive on my own. So I turned the pain into a stepping stone.
But your uncle took you in and shaped you and helped you navigate through life till today to where you are. And do you realize that you are an uncle now as well? So it puts you back in that position as well. What do you have to say to that now, to your sisters, siblings, and maybe having this experience? What does it say to you?
I could say I learned a lot from my uncle. Like, what do you do for the dollars when they are going through a hard time? Despite with my sisters, the dollars will always be the dollars. So from what I learned from my uncle, but
But you know what I always say? Maybe I'm always anti that lehoko, unless but some serious, rifts and fights and whatnot. But but more often than not, siblings just don't tolerate each other. My brother was lapisa, but at the end of the day, it has to be all love. Love is love, and I think maybe now between you and I, if you can delete the word from your vocabulary and you start looking at it differently, and they say you are the energy that you emit. You receive the energy that you emit as well. And we lead by example. We are all not perfect, but sometimes we try. And I always say that ha go sa loe le ha mongwe a le kwa go na le peace hela go didimetse go sa loe. Tsatsi le mongwe a reng koko, it's a beautiful thing. As long as hela you try to minimize or the conflict, you know, the absence of you can have peace, no conflict at all.
Yeah.
What am I trying to say? You cannot have peace when there's conflict. But you can have peace. Conflict, and you know that you're just living more, but it's all right, because you can't force people to gravitate towards you. You can't force yourself to go to people. And now I will implore you that as siblings, we will always need each other more than anybody can ever think. So, Jacob, despite everything, you have pushed forward. Do your sisters know that you are a Mr Botswana finalist 2025?
They are aware, I think, because of the social media, but on myself, I wouldn't tell anyone.
I mean, it's not something that you can hide. So, what did they say? How did you guys engage on that? The support, and what are you talking about in terms of this?
I think this brought a difference, I would say joy into them, because I was never posted by anyone on Facebook or status, but right now, Facebook page, post there, but talking of the support, I'm not sure if they are voting right now, because I want a comment on Facebook from one of I'm not sure if are they friends. When I commented, I mentioned I'm going through the like as why? And then I was like, so ever since then, I want to get posted almost status. I think this the search.
Yes. I don't know. Maybe I'm not too much into the social media exchanges and whatnot, because sometimes it could be real, sometimes it could not be a direct representation of the reality out there. But if it's you saying that, I don't know. You saying that makes me understand what it means to you personally. But I would like you to tell me what it means to you personally, since you are really paying attention to. If you don't click a share or a like on my podcast, because it means something to me. I don't know what does it mean to you that you are there, and maybe people close to you should also be taking part of.
The best support you can show on this competition, like where you are not really into social media that much. Now I'm into it such that it means you are being supportive. Because my supporters may be on your friend list on Facebook. So I don't know.
That's powerful. And I never saw it that way, but I clearly do understand what you mean. So before I go deeper into the subject matter, when was your most happiest moment?
My happiest moment. Please don't judge me on this one.
I mean, happiness is subjective, so it's personal to you.
I think the only person who sees happiness in my life is my girlfriend. Why? Because I guess in a relationship, I can substitute but both they should be there, but they are not willing. In all those positions. And sometimes it turns out to destroy during breakups because you feel like you are losing everyone now.
Okay.
Yeah. And the other thing that makes me happy, my progress in academics, the competition, and when I get shift, I'm moving on to the next stages. That's when I get to experience joy. But other than that, just normal days, either get sharp where was being said. Yeah. So happiness, in the efforts, young at school, and this, the more relationshiping. That's when I get to be happy.
Okay, we'll get back to relationships. Let's finish this one about Mr. Botswana finalist because that's what we were on. Can you tell me or our audience what is Mr. Botswana? What does it mean, and how should we interact with it?
One thing that I believe people don't know about Mr. Botswana, like what clicks into the human mind is okay, staging. It's not only about it's not only about that.
Yes.
It also
educate me. Yes.
It also has impact into the community, the social living. Like right now, he did a project. He has an assignment from Mr. Botswana about gender-based violence. It also tries to empower the boy child and to sensitize the community about the social ills, like GBV, alcohol and drug abuse. Like I can relate the president. I get on Facebook.
You are an ambassador, basically. Yes.
So yeah, I'm an ambassador, a voice of Baba Lenkwan.
Hela kabo Miss Botswana, and whatnot. Oh, okay. Tell me then, since you are in the inside, why is the prominence of Mr. Botswana or Mr. Countries generally in the world not at the same level as, I mean, I know we can't compete with feminine beauty, but as a program, why does it not seem like it's always given that prominence?
About Mr. Botswana, I would say it's a program in I see dominate the more as compared to Miss Botswana. But apart from Mr. Botswana.
You say that I have a personal friend who was once Mr. Botswana. I won't mention his name, but yes, so, continue. Yes.
Mr. Botswana. Like let's say the patient the reason why this is dominant the Moga. I would say Botswana, there is a inequality in the name of women empowerment.
Oh.
Yeah, I would say that. So
cook, let me hear that.
That's why sponsor for this. Miss Botswana so they won't split it half. So this other gender over us. I would say that.
Yeah, what a paradox. I mean, we pay for beauty, right? So that is one of the reasons why we really do not. Maybe put it out there on the map. I think I like what you are trying to educate us about, the programs now behind that empower. And especially now understanding your life story and that you making it to the finalist of this as a young man actually brings a shift, and it is one of your benchmarks of happiness as you get along, which says to me it's a goal, it's an achievement in a place where you've always felt alone, but you feel that at least you are recognized for something that you can do. At least you still have a lot to contribute in the society, in the community and whatnot. So part of Mr. Botswana is giving back through a project. What is your project about, and what are the ambitions about it?
My project, I got a theme, which is GBV. So now my project is about gender-based violence amongst the boy child, I'm veering off the most common one, yeah, women abuse. Because when you speak of GBV, that's what clicks into the human mind, women abuse. So my project is a situation whereby we have a family setup consisting of a boy child and a girl child, but then one mosetsana and nine abonang everything sasa kopa over one musima.
More attention and love, kind of, yes?
Because the used to what they one musiman hali, but then I want to change that Setswana. Get close through my project that man bua. So I want to create safe spaces whereby the voice of a man would be heard the same as ya because right now how one Mustana has a recently more relationship in Abaya report the police who relate to very fast. But then I had a recently more relationship report get like a series what the side. So I want to sensitize to create the horone motu for motor relay I want to sell us because one thing saying all about Habasilemo Hagi like a so called Molapin. Attention with any one understand. What the government like a review matlapa here. You see, man, get lap. Homo Namutin builds up because you keep on bottling it. I got to Manahali. How so? What you lash it out. Momutu obviously, one says a more what they want to more relationship in the lady. So, which draws the attention here. Go deal la kanya GBV. Chanzore related the root cause. Car mo tswana ke le mo gore ba lebella only the tip of an iceberg. Ba say go batla the root cause kwa tlase. So tota mission mo tona ka my project ke go ne go batla the root cause. Gore go nne le equality. Addressing the root cause automatically it prevent the gender-based violence. And additionally, I want to advocate for the adoption of the word violence over the word gender-based violence, because gender-based violence sounds one-sided. GBV automatically so if rega suka the word GBV, a very sticker to violence, because nowadays women kill, men kill, two genders against each other. That's one.
Okay. It seems to me like this has a direct correlation with the incident that happened in your life. Okay, connect it for me before maybe I butcher your thought process and all the likes. Well, let me not say anything. Connect it for me so that I get it perfectly.
The linkage between my project with the incident, I would say, apart from only being the advocate for boys, let me just be a detective. What really prompted Mama you'd never know. Maybe she's the one who has abusive more relationship being. Maybe the guy so I'm not saying I get
you, bro.
So her project that not successful. There's going to be minimal or no cases of genital patient killings anymore. So project Daga at the end, it got like what really caused my mom's death. It's obvious when I say abusive, it's still okay. But the guy was being reactive. That's an I think that's something saying also save
Do you take counseling? Do you still feel like you need counseling and whatnot?
I've been to counseling 2 times. Not personally.
Twice?
Personally, counseling doesn't work for me.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll be sitting here discussing the issue. At the end, with the same pain. everything you said to me, like sometimes I feel like, I give a problem whenever I live in cancel, because I feel attacked. I'm not that well.
Attacked how? Maybe before I ask my question, let me understand.
They would be putting it in such a way that I would feel weak. I'm failing to cope with the situation. I get it.
Okay.
The aim is to give me a solution to cope.
That would sound a bit insensitive and harsh. Oh.
Instead of giving me a solution, I will cope with the situation. But I think go in such a way that I should let go. How do I let go? I'm pay. For example, during the counseling session, I would feel worried. I'm not being man enough.
For your kind of situation, you believe that they don't have the answers you are looking for.
They don't have.
That's why with your project, you are on a mission to at least try to establish a modicum of answers that can give you closure, that can put your mind at rest and whatnot.
Yeah.
Do you believe in yourself that it is a pursuit that you can achieve?
Because what I have in my mind right now is that this project shouldn't only be a Mr Botswana project. Like I got check on Facebook, top 10. The project will continue. Saving someone's life will bring me closure. Because I'm not holding on to what happened. The aim is to save my mom. So I'm planning into turning this project into something permanent. I don't know if I should say foundation or what, something like that.
So with the issue of counseling, I understand that you go to counseling expecting with certain expectations, and then those expectations don't get met with as much as complex the whole subject matter is, and in the emotional space that you are in. I hope that you could be able to meet someone who's able to really connect with you in a way that maybe it could help you. I'm not a counselor, I don't know, but it's and whatnot.
Yeah.
But clearly that you are here and you are strong now, it means there are spaces where you feel safe and you ventilate and you let it all out. That takes me to your girlfriend, your relationship.
Yeah.
How are you doing in relationships generally then with all of this? Counseling.
I think I'm the most unluckiest guy in relationships.
No, wait, what?
Yeah, like one moment you'd be happy with someone, then later on you will change it, and then so. But right now, I'm just willing to give it a shot, because like we always say, people are different from the previous ones. Then later on, I see the negative part. So, sharp, but then, like all along, you had innocent relationship.
But does she also understand your broken side that kind of needs healing, that is still going through healing, that may probably be transitioning for a while until when we don't know, but it is memories that are part of you. And we all bring our traumas into relationships and spaces that we are in. Does she currently understand that? Do you get the support, and how does it make you feel?
She knows and understands everything and how I feel. I'm not sure if she fully understands, but then what I know is she understands, because when I get into a relationship, I let you know who I am, so that you can be careful. You can know who. So she's been supportive, because a relationship isn't I see you open up more but why it's already mang ke tswa ha go ntseng jang teng. And the kind of support, the emotional support, ka gore I see ke open up how I feel about my situation. I see ke bone. Support e ke bonang from her ke yone this competition. She always showed the support even before it's an relationship because we were friends before.
Sounds like a lovely person.
She is.
Yeah, I saw you smiling when you were mentioning her the first time. Huh? You mentioned there are among things that make you happy and all the likes. We are getting somewhere. We are getting somewhere, Jacob. So I don't know. So do you still feel like, okay, before I get there, we had long agreed that we will meet and share our story right from the men's conference, which I also believe that it has its own agendas and it will continue region to region or year after year, where maybe you are going to continue taking part as well with your initiatives, right? Us having this discussion and having the audiences, what is your wish and your outcome? What is your final word to Mutho already saying, having taken your time to share this story, because your story is not just about loss. It's for me, it's about resilience, and I hope it inspires our listeners to reflect. What last word do you want to leave us with here?
To someone who is going through what I went through, or when or in the future go he like give yourself a chance to live, a chance to be happy, because most of the people, they tend to become weak if you commit suicide at school. I've tried before, but then I'm still here, because you need to understand that we all have.
You've tried to commit suicide?
I've thought about it, not literally trying it. I've thought about it many times.
Okay. All right, continue. Yes.
So one thing that you need to understand is we all have sad stories. So nobody cares like we think they do. You just need to turn your pain into purpose.
True.
Turn your pain into a stepping stone. I managed to head to school. I managed to because
that's big, yeah.
I'm using my pain as a weapon, because I want to see what I feel like. Because it's obvious drugs, but then drugs. So give yourself a chance to explore what you can be in future. Give yourself a chance to live. Give yourself a chance to be happy.
No, man. You are doing well. You are doing well. I think I like that tenacity. I like that tenacity. I like that drive, because all of us go through something, and like you are saying, for a young man like you to really have the fortitude to try and foster that pain and turn it into a gain, is really commendable, and more especially that you want to stand in front of others and motivate them and drag them along so that we can be better men. Man, that's highly commendable. Jacob, thank you. It takes extraordinary bravery to relive such a tragedy in order to give strength to others. Because like I said before, your story is not just about loss, it's about resilience. And I hope it inspires our listeners to reflect, to speak up against gender-based violence, and to support survivors like you. May your mother's memory live in through all the work you do and the men you continue to become, Jacob. Thank you for coming to the Punchline podcast and sharing your story. Our listeners, please support Jacob. Please support the Punchline. Please share, like, and do comment. And those who are professionals, and others, and his siblings, let them find a clearer path moving forward. Let's keep on building our nation.
Maybe I could ask for votes. I think
Yeah.
maybe I could ask for votes. And
Oh, you want to ask for votes? Shoot, man. Yeah.
So the code I give vote on more on Mr Bot5 okay. In capital letters or send that to number 17600. And to those who would love to partner with me, as I haven't found any sponsors yet, but the grand finale is just around the corner. You are welcome to assist.
Hey, we are your first media sponsor, so there you go. So this is the Punchline Podcast, stories that hit home. Please vote and vote for Jacob as well. Make him shine. We are out.